It's Easter, and so to do something a little extra special today, we're going to make a cake. I am currently mashing the Asian purple with the white center potatoes that have been cooked yesterday, and they're so creamy. They also make a guilt-free pudding. You can also use regular cooked sweet potatoes that have been chilled overnight. Again, we chill them overnight, the sweet potatoes and the regular potatoes, to make them a resistant starch. They get a little bit firmer, more like potato salad texture. But you can use them in so many things that would normally require eggs and oil and milk and dairy stuff like that we are not eating. We don't want that toxin stuff in our body. Because I want this a little bit more fluffy and light versus a fudge brownie kind of texture, I'm going to be adding a little bit more applesauce than normal. Usually I'd only add about a 1/4 cup to replace some of the oil type texture. But it's just applesauce, unsweetened applesauce. In fact, this is some that my daughter made, and it is just straight up from the tree and mushed. It's delicious and cooked down. Looks like about a little over a cup, maybe a 1.25 cups that was in there. If you saw my YouTube video from a couple of weeks ago, we also made this live on our luncheon that we do every Wednesday on Zoom for free. Now we're going to add in a gluten-free cake mix. You can use any kind you want. I've tried all of them. I'm also going to be doing a demonstration where we do it with just straight raw cocoa. I just haven't got to the store to get the raw cocoa, but we'll do it that way as well. Keep watching. Okay, got that all dumped in there. Just keep stirring it around. Doesn't take long. Mix it up. Now this is the perfect texture at this stage if you want to do it like brownies. I'm going to pop them in my little tiny 24-hole silicone cupcake pan. They're only about 1 inch big, like a brownie bite size, and that would be great. But I think I want a cake texture, so I'm going to add a little bit more moisture to it. Let me see what I've got. I found a can of pure 100% pumpkin. Now, you don't have to worry about buying pumpkin organic because it's one of those vegetables or fruits that, actually it's a fruit because it's seed bearing, that has a really thick rind or skin, and the bugs don't really bother it. So you don't have to worry about buying it organic, like you don't have to worry about buying organic watermelons or avocados, things like that. Forgot to turn the camera back on, but you can see the orange that I'm mixing in there. Sorry about that. I despise cleaning cake pans, and I despise cooking with aluminum. So to protect in a cheap aluminum pan that just is here and available, we put some parchment paper, enough to cover up and down the sides. And what we trimmed off, we're going to cut in half and put it along the edges here. It'll look about like that. Tap that down just a little bit more. Okay. Dump it in the pan. And the best part about eating this way, meat, dairy, including eggs, oil-free, is you can lick the bowl and not feel guilty or get sick from salmonella from raw eggs. Looking good. And into the oven it goes at 350 degrees. Following the box instructions, a 13x9 pan needs to bake for 30 to 33 minutes. In it goes. It's got 1 minute left. Comes out pretty clean, but we're going to leave it in there for just a little longer. Okay, I put it in for another 20 minutes. It's just fudgy, but it's not going to be bad when you cut it. Yummy! Yummy for your tummy! Okay, after it came out, I tipped it out onto the rack for it to cool. Looks great. It's got a good moist texture to it. Yay! We're going to just put some of that lovely chocolate hummus frosting on it that we used in our video on YouTube recently. Occasionally growing up, my mother would make a cake in a sheet pan and just frost it and leave it in the pan. But I want to be a little bit more fancy than that, and it's not really that tough. We're going to whack this thing in half. We're going to stack it. Yes, we are. What's the fun in eating a single layer cake when you can get twice as much chocolate hummus frosting by cutting it in half? Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Did that turn out gorgeous or what? Happy Easter to you. Tune into our next video where we're going to make potatoes au gratin to go with this bad boy. Check out TheStarchLady.com, MyBloodLady, or TheBloodLady, sorry, .com, MyWaterPeople.com, and visit us on Facebook and join our group for free recipes, tips, and ideas for staying healthy on a plant-based diet and losing weight as a side effect, not a main focus, and be healthier in 2022.